calls me up and he says, I want you to come up here and we want you to do some painting. And what they hired me for was a children's color book. And then I said, why don't you, have a nice painting that shows people your traditions and stuff. Well, then they thought that'd be okay. They said, we don't know how we're going to pay you yet, but go home and paint one. And we'll pick you up. They picked me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I had like hours. This was sketched in. I said, well, I can't finish it. Well, just do what you can. Took me to Green Bay. And there was a Wisconsin Christmas tree convention up there. And so we get up there and it's like 300, 400, 500 people. And he said, I want you to come up here with that painting. And I had to go on the stage, which I hate to do, but I had to do it. And then he says, now tell us what we're going to do with this. Well, we could make prints of it and that. So that's what I told him, and all of a sudden everybody in the room went crazy. This painting wasn't even finished. I didn't sleep all night, and I'm on the stage telling them you can make prints of it and it can be a good fundraiser for your group. And through the years I've done tons of fundraising. I've raised a lot of money for people, and you got to think about what you're doing and how it relates to their membership or people, but it really works. This painting, in one night and 2 hours, raised $46,600 in New Albany, Georgia. I'd never been there before. And they auctioned this off. The original sold for $12,500, and all the rest of that money was people. And we sold, I have probably 5 or 6 of these prints, and then I don't have any more. And we sold almost all of those out. It was like 980 limited edition and 100 artist proofs. So that's about what's gone of this scene. And the people that bought the original were from Michigan, Bonnie and Theron Stone, and they had 3 children. And this was, when this went like it did, then they said, go make us a series. So this was bringing home the tree. Then I had to go back and make, they were all growers, so I put them out in the field picking the tree, which is called selecting, and then this bringing home, and then trimming. And then every 2 years they'd have a convention. The next 2 years they auctioned the original for $10,500, and that was in Minneapolis. And the third convention was in Bangor, Maine, and that original sold for $20,100. And a man from Canada and his son bought it, and they own 12,000 acres of Christmas trees, and they belong to National. And if you think our gallery wasn't busy, we had to frame and ship these all over America and even into Canada. So we had, and then everybody ordered Remarks, the little painting on the border. And then, well then, I was framing these. And I have with a wood frame, and that was more standard. So anyway, this showed all 3, and all these growers would buy 10 and 25 and 30 of these at a crack for the people that trim their trees. It was like their Christmas present. So that's what happened right there. And then all these growers would come in here because they wanted me to help do stuff for their own Christmas farm. And for like 16 years we did, like they'd order a Christmas card or a painting, and then they'd have us make it into, this one guy up in Minnesota, he'd have us make 17,000 Christmas cards.